I think that there are already calls to have oil re-regulated.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, what we did is we tried to regulate the price of oil. So if the price went up, the government would subsidize essentially so that the price to the consumer wouldn't be as high.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are suggesting that we go back to that. But the problem with that is, who does it really benefit? You mentioned tricycle drivers. But it's surprising, you might not know this, but 60% of oil consumption in the Philippines accounts only to the top 20% of households, the richest 20%.
Yeah.
44% of oil consumption goes to the top 10%. So if you subsidize fuel, if you make it artificially low so that the consumers can get it, it's really the rich who benefit from that.
Yeah.
So I think for consumers, a lot of them will be pushed to taking public transportation more.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the solution should come in. The government really needs to prioritize mass transport systems. We should not continue to rely on fossil fuels because it's not a sustainable mode of transport. We need to have mass transport systems where the cost is more distributed. We can compute, for example, the cost of taking a bus versus the cost of the same number of people taking cars, right?
Yeah.
It's much cheaper to
commute.
right?
Yeah.
And even for the government, it's cheaper for them to subsidize transport systems rather than subsidize the direct consumption of fuel, for example.